Hi there, listeners. We here at BrainDeath would like to remind you that everything we say here is just our opinion, bro. There's no need to get your knickers in a twist over what comes out of our mouths. BrainDeath also contains mature humor, adult themes, and a good deal of foul language. Listener discretion is definitely advised. Podcast listening land, I am your immaculately misconcepted host, Edward Sebastian, along with the perversion of a man, Sivel, and our victim, who is too pretty to rape, Josh.
So wrong.
I wouldn't say he's too pretty to rape.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Alright, now, today, we have something very, interesting in store for Josh. We're going to be talking about something that I'm sure everyone has come across at some point in their time in furry. We're going to be talking about horrible furry webcomics. Yes, I'm sure everyone out there, when I say horrible furry webcomic, they have one that pops up into mind.
Incontinent student bodies.
Oh, God. Sivel.
What?
We could do an entire goddamn thing just about that.
No, we shouldn't. Not really.
Just because we
Please
could
not.
doesn't mean we should.
No.
We could try to provoke Russia into a war with the United States, but I'm not recommending we do that. Oh, I almost forgot, because I have to say this again, god damn it. I'm probably going to be talking with, this accent for a while, for as long as I possibly can and keep a straight face doing it, because it came to my attention that Sivel and some other people in this podcast, as a matter of fact, having a massive boner for Ed's voice, and I can only imagine that it's because of the slight southern drawl that he's got, so I'm going to be talking like this for, like I said, as long as I can do it with a straight face.
Well, damn it, son.
That's too nice of you, Josh. I could try and talk with my Arnie accent, or even worse, if you want.
Oh my god, please let us hear it.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, let's be coffees!
What the fuck was that?
I'm just trying to say. My English is not very good.
Hitler wasn't such a bad man.
Yeah,
Alright,
I think I
then.
should stay to the novel stuff. It's probably better. Even worth enough without trying to make a stupid accent up.
So, much like our last episode, the devil came on horseback, which if you haven't listened to that episode, you do need to. We had a blast doing it, and you should have a blast listening to it. But we did a little thing where a petition got passed across our desk, and we read it and made fun of it, and we actually this week had a video passed across our desk. So I figure that we should read this video, because it is one of those little background word things. It is it's called Bronies and Furries and Juggalos, oh my.
Now, essentially, I did want to say that this is basically someone's response to a journal or topic that someone posted on some website, and it came from someone who generally thinks of themselves as pretty tolerant, doesn't have a problem with, gay people or nerds and that sort of stuff. But he did mention that there are some fandoms that he just can't bring himself to support, and those, three of them were furries, juggalos, and bronies. And this individual is a brony who, upon reading this man's post, flipped his actual living shit and made this whiny video. And I believe we're going to have Ed do a dramatic reading of it.
Oh,
We do?
yes, we are.
Oh, good.
The dramatic reading of Furries and Bronies and Juggalos Oh My, and I wish you could see the jig I did while I said that.
I'm kind of glad I didn't.
So I type furry juggalos into Google search, and to my surprise, at the bottom of the page, or on the second page, I come across a website called soulpancake.com. Okay, first of all, why are you typing furry juggalos into the goddamn Google search to begin with?
My fucking god, I thought the exact same goddamn thing when you said that. Holy shit.
Probably
no.
his first search of the day every day. Oh no, I have to look for furry juggalos here.
First order of business when I get out
Yeah.
of bed.
Of course, instantly.
The title of the post reads, Bronies and Furries and Juggalos, oh my. Some kid had posted this and had said that he considers himself a pretty open-minded dude, but some subcultures he just can't get behind. First of all, it's a fact that you are not open-minded if you can't understand the brony subculture. This is proven fact, ladies and gentlemen, that if you, as a human being, cannot understand why grown fucking men would rally around a children's show, you are not open-minded.
Oh, just having that.
I like it how it goes on. Like, oh, it's proven fact, yeah. Where are these facts? Nowhere. Oh!
I'm gonna pull a Wikipedia. Cite your sources.
That wasn't the end of it though. There was more.
No. Oh, no. People like this idiot who claim to be open-minded and don't get bronies have no idea what they're saying. Do some research. Talk to some people who consider themselves bronies. Try to get to know what you don't understand instead of crying and whining about how you can't get behind a subculture like some ignorant troll.
Funny thing is, when I first watched the video, I thought, okay, now it's going to defend, what do I know, furries, the juggalos. Nope! Only the bronies!
Yeah, this is where it starts getting good. So if you're listening to this, pay attention to this part.
Bronies and the brony culture is not unorthodox. It is also not weird. Just like any other subculture, it is accepted by normal people. It has its taboo areas, but it is mostly just a different interest, and a damn good one at that.
I'm assuming by the taboo areas, he was referring to the forums where people discuss horse vagina.
I don't know about juggalos and furries, but bronies aren't pussies. This kid thinks he's tough and higher for kicking a brony. Juggalo or furry? What a delusional moron. Bronies may say love and tolerate, but they aren't afraid to fight and stand up for what they know is right. They wouldn't let some random little shit kid who's open-minded just beat them up. My favorite part. ICP has been proven to make terrible music. Furries have been proven to do more yiff than actual art. But it is a proven fact that all bronies do not jerk off to ponies, nor are they autistic, fat, gay, or pedophiles.
My favorite part?
Fact! Congratulations, you sad sack of shit. You just did what you are railing against.
Exactly.
The truth is, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is a good, well-made show that is stereotyped as being for little kids or little girls, but in fact actually isn't. There are tons of proof that support this fact. Again, cite your fucking sources.
No.
He didn't use
No, you see, he's physically incapable of fucking doing that.
He's pulling all this shit out of his head. it's normal to like MLPFIM, and if the retard who posted that thread on soulpancake.com realized that, he wouldn't be making such ignorant posts about subcultures that doesn't involve him or his biased opinion. Hypocrisy amplified right there.
Yeah. That the best part was how he deactivated the comments on that video because he knew he was a little shit and he was gonna be told so.
Yeah, the fun thing is that you would even put all that effort in making a stupid video about the exact same thing the other guy did. Oh no, you're so intolerant! You don't like bronies! Fuck the others!
I know. That's the part that gets me.
Yeah, how can you rail against my fandom when you can rail against these other fandoms that are really shit? And it's easy because fandoms across the board, and this is my personal hypothesis, fandoms, I don't care what fandom it is, fandoms across the board are generally shit. They all have their good aspects to them. And I'm sure the brony fandom has their good aspects to them. But, for the most part, they are all shit.
You know, I'd have to agree with that, too, myself, from personal experience and dealing with people who are cult-following fans of, Harry Potter and Supernatural.
Doctor Who.
Doctor fucking Who. And one other one I can't remember, but that's enough examples, I guess. And you have a fucking fan base, and people make fun of furries for doing stupid sexual bullshit, and I mean, there's a reason we got that reputation in the first place. But, I type in a character's name from Supernatural to find out a little bit about the actor that plays him and his background, and what's the first thing I come across rolling around on threads trying to find out more about him? Oh, okay, fan fiction of the two main characters who are both male and brothers in like sexual relationships and all that, because that's the first place it's got to go to when it hits the internet.
Wincest!
Yeah. I think the problem with fandom is that they bring out the worst in people. I mean...
And that is exactly fucking it. You hit the nail on the head, Sivel. Because what happens is people get obsessed with their one little thing. Be it furry, be it brony, be it Doctor Who, whatever. They get obsessed about their one little thing. And then they find other people who share this obsession. And they just make obsession babies with one another.
I like that. Magnetic
obsession babies. I'm gonna have to use that one. No, it kind of reminds me of the conversation we had in our last one about how certain fandoms can become incestual and all that because it's just obsessed faggots talking and dealing with other obsessed faggots.
And that's exactly it.
Yeah.
This thing actually has two more paragraphs that I do need to read because they are fucking hilarious.
Oh, God.
Prejudging anything makes you an epic failtard. No, saying epic failtard makes you an epic failtard. So fuck that kid. He most likely posted that bullshit to cause flame anyways, like all no-life troll fags do. Bronies are greater than people who don't have open minds and still don't get bronies.
It's just an 8-year-old logic. Oh no! Don't understand us! That's why I'm not open-minded. Oh no, I have to cry now. Yeah, I don't know. Why do they even give a shit about that? I mean, that's most times a major problem. If you take yourself too seriously.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
He came across something that some jackass had posted on the internet and decided that he just absolutely had to share his opinion about this, and now he's being mocked for it.
As he fucking should be, since no one can call him out in his fucking comments, since he's a pussy-ass motherfucker and has to block him. I mean,
you heard that guy who wrote that? You are a pussy ass bitch motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at some of his other videos, by the way, and they are the same blue background with text and just railing against the same stupid shit. Just being a dick. And all the comments are blocked.
it's because he's your stereotypical fucking. Not stereotypical. He is the token fucking white knight. I mean, every fandom's got him. You know, them people that just have to take an upstart moral stance on literally everything that comes across their desk. It doesn't matter how insignificant it is. If they disagree with it in the slightest, they have to let that person know. And they have to make their voice and their feelings known to the rest of the fucking people that read that. And they have some sort of moral obligation, they feel like, to do this. It's why they fucking do it in the first place. And, I just don't get it. It drives me fucking nuts.
They are terrified of being called out on their shit. See, here at BrainDeath, we don't disable comments. If you have a beef with something that we say, we want to hear your opinion. We'll most likely slap it down. Because they're opinions. That's what this podcast is. This is our opinion on some of the fucked up shit that the furry fandom does. If you say, hey, you're being a dick, we will be like, hey, you're kind of right.
Yeah, I had someone make that comment to me once. They were like, "You're kind of mean in those podcasts you do, man. Well, those things are kind of mean or rough." He used another similar term, can't remember what it was, and I was just like, "Yep."
Well, I mean, look at the things that we lambast here. Of course, we're gonna piss off some absolutely fucking retarded people.
And the thing is, like, most of the people that come to these and listen in and listen to them later once they're posted and all that good stuff are probably really stereotypical, like, furries. I mean, none of us are going to be like, oh no, I'm definitely not your, run-of-the-mill furry or anything like that. I'm special.
Not a furry, totally not. That's why I got no porn in my gallery. Totally not.
Don't look through any of our galleries. Heads up.
Never put the filter off. Never. Only got clean and cute stuff.
You bring up something interesting. I mean, how knee fucking deep do I have to be in furry to bring up some of the shit that I've shown you?
Oh my lord, dude, you have a good fucking point.
Makes us think.
Exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is.
And, I mean, subsequently, how fucking balls deep in it do I have to be to sit here on my fucking couch upstairs talking with some random people who I have never met face to face, who share the same weird fascination with weird shit that I do about the most weird stuff in said weird fascination.
And your weird bonus, Josh.
God, I hate those. I'd go stand behind an LG for like 10 minutes. No one approach me for service, please.
Can't talk to you, ma'am. Why not? Please don't talk to me. Can't explain it.
Oh my god, I was thinking earlier I need to do a comic. My character just like sitting there, and he's like sitting on a couch, and all you can see is like the midsection up, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, ma'am, I'll be with you in a moment." And then there's just a panel with like no text or anything, and he's just got this blank look on his face, and he's staring forward. And then the third panel is after this raging furry boner goes away.
I won't still understand why you're looking at furry. Okay, furry porn at work.
I think raging furry boner is a good way to transition into our first comic of the night.
Oh god.
That I'm going to show you. We've got a wonderful little ditty by the name of Kit and K Boodle.
Oh God.
Now, subverting our normal way we do the podcast, I actually did have to show Josh some of this stuff before we got in to the podcast, simply so he would have some sort of reference and we wouldn't take up so much time letting him read some of this shit. So, Josh, how much of Kit and K Boodle did you actually read?
Like, maybe 5 pages.
Alright, and they were the first ones I showed you, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Kit and K Boodle, the best way I can sum this up, it is a webcomic done by, God, I keep wanting to say Gene Catlow, but, because it looks like his art, but I'm not sure. The name is Richard Catalyst.
Direct from Githberg.
Yes, the premise of this is there are 2 foxes, because furries and their fucking fascination with fucking foxes.
Literally fucking foxes.
The basis of this comic is, let's see how many weird and insane little situations I can put these 2 foxes in where fucking is the answer.
That really sums it up too. That's the part that
It's always the answer. Fucking.
The very first arc, which is the one I showed you, Josh, is a perfect example. The 2 little foxes, it's a boy and a girl fox, thank God. Because this could have just as easily been a gay fox thing, which...
Well, I thought they always were, so...
Yeah, exactly. They're subverting the stereotypes. Kit, the male, and Kay, the female, they are, prancing through the woods, looking at everything, and of course they are naked with human genitalia, because you can't fap to, regular fox genitals, and if you can, you're sick. They are, prancing through the woods, and they, well, Kay falls into a hole, and, Kit, being the lovely charmer that he is, falls in with her and lands right on top of her. Upon discovering that they cannot escape this hole, Kit comes up with a brilliant idea. He's going to stick his cock up her ass and fuck her until the force of his ejaculation propels her out of this hole.
He said fucking is the answer to any problem in life. Just propel her out.
Honey, we can't make the car payment this month. Let's fuck, that'll fix this.
You know what? I actually would not be surprised if that was an arc in here where they can't make their house payment or something. So they're just like, you know what, landlord? I'll share my wife with you if you let us live here.
Oh no, man, it's gotta be more improbable than that. It's gotta be they fuck, she gets pregger, and then gives birth to a money baby. Just like a big, baby-shaped wad of Benjamins.
Like that fucking Geico commercial with the dude with the money guy riding the motorcycle.
Exactly like that. That's what their baby grew up to be.
Boy.
Whoever it is that does Kit and K Boodle or whatever, if you haven't made that an arc yet, you fucking need to.
Oh my god, that would be great. So, that's every story. As Sivel said, it takes place in Yifsburg, which, from what I have seen thumbing through this, apparently sex is more important than police work. They actually, I got linked to a page when asking about this, where the female cop is diddling herself gets a call on, like, I think it was a bank robbery or something, and says, "This had better be good. I was masturbating."
Protect and GIF.
Oh my god.
Now, Josh, I have to ask, as an artist, talk
Okay.
about the art in this wonderful webcomic that we have.
Well, you see, it generally, if you're looking at like the front page of the website, looks like it was done by an individual with like some minor amount of talent, like something you might see on DeviantArt.
I would say it looks like a cartoon
I
you would
have
find
to-
in a newspaper, something like that. From the style, not from the content.
Yeah, it has
obviously.
a very, like, traditional cartoon, like, traditional comic style, with the obvious exception of, like, just tits and dicks everywhere. I have to say, before we
Okay.
go on,
Sorry.
I love the way they have the parental thing done. This webcomic is rated NC-17. Positive, non-violent, erotic content.
So basically, the best way I could describe most of the art on, or some of the art on here, is basically like an amateur illustration artist who does like fairly traditional looking cartoony stuff and is sort of talented, like maybe someone on DeviantArt who's slightly popular. But the thing is, that description doesn't fit 90% of the content on this fucking website. All right, I'm gonna link you guys to this.
Ah,
Yeah,
there
and,
we
and this piece pretty much sums up like 90% of the art in this fucking comic. It is
Yeah.
seriously just like is basically like a lot of the stuff that ends up getting made fun of here on Brain Death. It is basically it looks like something that a I'm gonna say 13-year-old, 14-year-old that's got some practice would do on Microsoft Paint. That's basically what it looks like if they had, a way to draw on it. That
Yeah,
is,
like, if they got a hold of Paint Tool Psi, but, like, the shit that they would do, like, in the first 2 weeks or so of having it.
yeah, pretty much. And is young and doesn't have a whole lot of art experience, and it's just fucking bright colors, bold contour lines, absolutely no proportion awareness whatsoever, and no anatomy skills at all.
Like, I notice a lot of it, they either do, like, straight on 45 or 90-degree angles on, like, the way they draw. They don't really do anything in between.
That's a good way to say it. Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
because it's really one of those old style comics you would see back in the 90s. I mean, back then, most comics looked like that, and not all, but
Well,
the majority of them.
I mean, this thing, the first comic is dated 2001.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, you look at 2001 compared to the most recent, which is 2013, and the art style actually gets worse.
Does it really now?
Yeah, dude, go to, like, the first 2 or 3 pages and then jump to the last one.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know how over the course of, what is that, 12 years?
You can
your
show
art-
little to no fucking improvement at all.
Yeah. It's just,
That's just sad, man.
like, to a degree, I understand keeping with the quote-unquote theme, but, dude, look at, like, the first, like, Garfield comics, or the first, Calvin and Hobbes comics, and look at the latest ones. They've kept with the same style, but they have improved it. This, if anything, has declined.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the first page, and of course, since it's furry, the guy fox has to be standing there, of course, unclothed. But, why bother trying to cover up the penis? Just have it hanging there for, everyone to see.
But Josh, they can't masturbate to no penis.
Well, this is true. They're furries, so, that's to be expected. In fact, I would be surprised if that were not the case.
Exactly. So I think we're gonna end Kitten K Boodle. There's not really much more we can say other than, really shitty porn plots, really shitty porn.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty much.
Right.
Then again,
And
that
it's
sums up a lot of fucking furry stuff, from these comics to the simulators that we covered and sad games for sad people.
Oh yes.
but I mean, it's just the same every time. I mean, okay, it's porn, yeah, sure, but why would you make a comic out of that and dragging it for I don't know how many years? Just the
Because
same. Same
because
situation.
lonely, desperate people who masturbate to humanized
Any
animal porn like to watch it. And still do to this day after 11 years of reading the same shit every day.
Yeah, and that's the thing. All the jokes are like the same 3 jokes recycled over and over and over for 12 fucking years. How do you fucking do that?
Autism.
I guess so, dude. Speaking of autism, the next comic that I'm gonna show you literally has to be the goddamn creation of someone who is horribly autistic. It is created by a guy named Chris Fisher. It takes a TV show from my childhood, and
Oh, good Lord.
I'm not thrilled about this. It is Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. And Chris Fisher took it and turned it into Of Mice and Mayhem.
I watched some pages earlier. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, the art style is spot on, but I guess it centers around the story. Why you have problems with that?
Well, the thing about it is, it doesn't really have that much of a story. Like, literally, it is a flimsy plot for a chip and gadget hookup.
Ah, yeah, right. So it's a shipping story.
That's exactly. It's a shipping comic.
Now, what does that mean?
Shipping is basically a shortened form of relationshipping. People who can't fucking take canon of shows and they have to say, like, if Walter White and, okay, Breaking Bad. If someone were to do a fanfic of Walter White and, Jesse getting together, that would be a shipping fic. Because they are relationshipping Jesse and Walter. Why did I... God damn it. Fuck my imagination.
Forever ruined it for yourself.
It's like those weird daddy and son gay porns that...
Or brother and brother gay porns like that fucking supernatural bullshit.
Yeah, that's
two-
shipping.
Take two random
yeah.
fucking characters that have, for all intents and purposes, in the show itself, shown no particular reason for them to be in a relationship or anything, or even take two characters that aren't even sexually attracted to each other, like they're the same gender and they're both straight, and then say, oh, look, they're gay. And they're in a relationship together.
Basically.
Well,
in this case, the guy took the Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, which, to be fair, Chip and Dale were both fighting for the affection of Gadget. She's an adorable little mouse girl. And I say adorable in the completely platonic, I can look at her and go, okay, that's a cute character. I can it doesn't take a suspension of disbelief to, believe that Chip and Dale would be vying for her affection. The guy that wrote this, however, apparently wants to stick it in her butt.
Okay, wait, can you do me a favor and just repeat that for me?
Apparently, this guy wants to take Gadget and stick it in her butt.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
But
We can move on now.
Okay, because if you read any of the comic, it's basically just a flimsy setup to get Gadget and Chip together. He even gave Dale the little Batgirl that showed up near the end of the, show. He got those two together so that Chip could have Gadget all to himself. And just the way he wrote everything, I have to believe that it is not an actual Chip and Gadget fanfiction.
So much as it is a self-insert.
Exactly, a Chris Fisher and Gadget shipping comic.
And that's the thing about a lot of fan fiction. I was going to say writing, or writers in the fandom, but in just fan fiction in general, a lot of it is seriously fucking self-insert fueled bullshit.
Exactly, it's just... That's exactly it. It's, I can't actually write a story, but I want to be in this so bad that I'm going to make myself be in it. And I'm going to show it off to everyone else and get all the ass pats ever. And you can tell that this is what this guy was trying to do. First off, it has a title page, which, hilariously enough, this whole comic can be summed up in that title page. Because you have a bald Gadget, which... Gadget, obviously very known as the mouse with the big, lustrous blonde hair, is bald throughout a good 80% of this whole comic. So...
Is there any particular reason
Well, okay, and here's where it takes a hilarious dive. The reason Gadget is bald is because during a rescue mission, she got kidnapped by the government. They turned her, spoiler alerts, they turned her into an assassin for the government.
Oh my god, that is a seriously interesting plot line, man. I have never heard that before, especially not in furry.
Now, check it out, though. The government had a secret code name for her. And I can't believe that, I have no clue how they came up with this particular code name. Her code name was Map.
Just Map?
The Mouse Assassin Project. I wish I was making that up.
Oh. Yeah, that's, that clever, witty, intriguing, all the things you're gonna find in...
Of Mice and Mayhem.
I don't know, I think it's kind of sad because, like I said, the art style isn't that bad. I mean, it's just like wasted effort for the whole thing here. Oh yeah, I want to fuck, what is her name again in English?
Siv. In certain degrees, the art's not bad. However, there are certain places where he falls short. I'll bring your attention, and this is actually in the title page of it. It is the picture of the guy with the gun, holding it up to his face, looking down the scope. Josh, as an avid gun fanatic, is he holding that gun remotely correct?
Oh shit, hold on just a minute, I gotta pull it back up. television.
Yeah, no,
tropes.
not at all what I mean there. I mean in the regards of hitting the show style, he did a pretty good job.
God
And I mean,
damn it, man.
it's not about the art. I mean, I can draw, Ed can draw. The only one who can draw here is Josh. So I don't know. It's really not about the art aspect here. Just because, yeah, oh, I want to fuck her. I'll write a story about it with
Well,
how many
to be
pages
fair,
does it have?
No, that's not 100% correct by any means. And most furry artists, most people, okay, most normal fucking people don't even know how to load and fire a gun, so I'm not surprised they couldn't figure out how to aim it properly or shoulder it properly. But, so no, it's not accurate, but it's a hell of a lot more accurate than a lot of the shit I have seen on Fur Affinity involving guns. I'm a mod
Oh,
for the
God.
NRA group, and holy shit, do we see some stuff. You're just like,
Oh God, yeah, I can imagine that the NRA group, like, okay, see, Josh, you kind of have that thing about guns. I have that same fucking thing when I see a furry draw a guitar, especially one being played. You don't know how many times I've seen someone holding the guitar and the way they drew the strap, I'm just like, the strap would either fall off or kill them violently if done like that.
dude, when I first started drawing like furries and werewolves with guitars, it was called to my attention that I had forgotten to even draw a fucking cable back to the amp.
Wireless. They have wireless systems.
That's what I told him, even though I had no idea that existed. I was just like, "Oh, it's got a wireless. Uh, what's it called? I don't even know. I just told him it had wireless or something like that, and I had no idea that it was even a thing.
Oh
They
God,
bought it.
yeah. Our guitarist uses one. It's great.
I was at a fucking concert once at a winery with my parents, and there was a guy playing guitar, and we had Rick, our 90 fucking pound German Shepherd, with us, and this guitarist, who was also the vocalist, jumps off the stage and runs about 40 yards zigzagging through all the people drinking wine, and runs over and pets Rick on the head real quick, and then runs back on the stage, and I was just
Yeah.
like, that
What the fuck?
is the bravest man I have ever fucking seen. Because you have to have some fucking balls on you to do shit like that. So anyway, sorry, I'm off track, but still, it
That was a
just
fun little tangent. So yeah, Gadget gets turned into a government assassin. She kills Saddam Hussein. And
because that motherfucker didn't die at the end of a fucking rope because of a bunch of pissed off brown people.
no, he was killed by Gadget.
Of course. It's not enough just to make fan fiction of another fictional thing. We got to make fan fiction of fucking.
We have to make this more awesome than we thought it was in our minds.
fan fiction of the real world.
Oh God, yes. Please no. Now, it was upon researching, this particular thing, it was brought to my attention that Gadget gets the short end of the stick in a lot of stuff. She's a lot of people's fictional girlfriends. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. There is, there's actually, I stumbled across a cult in Russia who worships Gadget. So,
Please tell me you're kidding me. Sivel, go invade their country again and kick their shit.
Didn't work last time.
Well,
have to
try
help us.
harder. This time,
try
harder,
harder,
yeah.
faggot!
this time we'll actually help you.
You made us all into pussies. We can't do it anymore. You fucking assholes. We can. Oh no, no. Killed so many. Can't do it again. Sorry.
This went really bad for us the last two times.
First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Third time, you're playing with your yourself again.
So anyways, this fucking cult of people that worship a fictional fucking character from a series that is no longer being aired.
Yeah.
More about them, please.
I mean, I didn't find out that much about them. I'll have to do a little bit of research and bring it back up at a later podcast.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, shit. Moving my shit around. Alright, I'm good.
Alright. The art isn't terrible. I mean, obviously it has weird little things, like there was a point in the comic where Chip is trying to cry and it looks like his eye is laying an egg. It's and then of course all the marvelous rape faces that Chip has. That guy can't be on screen without, looking like he is about to just violently abuse fucking Gadget. It's
Well, that's because he can't.
yes. Yeah, to be fair, if Chip is Chris Fisher's fictional insert character, then yeah, I feel bad for Gadget.
That bitch is in trouble.
Uh
They say not to stick your dick in crazy, but sometimes
sometimes
son,
you
don't
don't
let
even
crazy let it stick its dick in you.
That's the thing. Poor Gadget. I've never seen her let anything stick its dick in her. Like, that is one thing I've been very, very lucky in my time. I like Gadget as a character. She was one of my favorite cartoon characters when I was a kid. I love Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Why am I not surprised?
Hey, shut the fuck up. I also liked Road Rovers and SWAT Cats, so kiss my dick.
No, I'm good. You can do that with your own hand.
Because he didn't give her the dick.
Oh god.
So what was I saying?
How you never seen?
Oh yeah,
any
I have never, I've been very lucky in that I have not come across any Gadget pornography. I think I may have seen one. Yeah, you know what? I lied. I saw one, and it was done by Wolfie Nail, and it was absolutely terrifying. Her vagina looked like the mandibles of a spider.
Just that.
And if you think I'm shitting you, I'll find it and link it to you later. Because
dear
holy
God.
fuck, that was a terrifying picture.
Now I know why you don't care for him. He ruined your childhood.
Well, that and all the rape pictures that he does is kind of, I'm just like, no. Josh, any particular notes on the art?
I was thinking, as an artist, I don't have a ton to say about it. It's definitely a shit of a lot better than the last one we were talking about. I'll just put that out there. I would willing to actually be calling this. I would be willing to actually call this art, whereas the last one was not. However, once you get past the title page, there are some flaws with it. It's not like I'm going through this whole thing like, oh my god, that looks like shit. But
No, and
there are,
that's one reason I ask you is because I have presented you with stuff and gone, oh, this is shit, and you're like, well, no, he did this, this, and this right. You know.
yeah, and I'd say that about this. It's got the expressions are pretty good. Some of the poses and animation are kind of funny, and he did a good job mimicking some of the style of the original cartoon, but not completely copying it. So I'll say that much for it. But there are a couple things where you're just like, dude, how did you like draw that and then put down the stylus, look at your screen, and say, okay, I'm done. Like, and I ask myself that a lot on FA, but it's the same thing here.
Any
It's
particular examples?
um, not really. I didn't see any that were like really glaring that stood out so much that I would be like the ideal example of it. I can look for one if you want, but
I think we're pretty much set on Of Mice and Mayhem. It's a really sad self-insert fanfic comic.
about a fucking 90s cartoon
Yeah,
for kids.
that apparently TV Tropes has said is heartwarming.
Because fuck them.
Well, I mean, we've already established that TV Tropes is a giant hive of autism. We have one more to show you, Josh. It is one of the first comics that I came across on the web that I actually thought, wow, this is incredibly terrible. I don't want to view this ever again. And so, of course, I proceeded to read all of it ever. It is a wonderful little comic by the name of Concession.
Concession. Oh, yeah. That one.
Yeah.
We talked about this one before, but I didn't read a whole lot of it. I just kind of looked at some of the stuff you linked me and was like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna go play Skyrim now after I've dunked my head in some eye bleach.
Yeah, really.
What exactly is the premise of this comic? Like, what are we looking at here with as far as story and plot and overall fucking purpose?
That's kind of hard. Well, Siv, did you have something?
Yeah, I think it started out more like a traditional comic, making fun of I think the author was being employed at a cinema and he tried to deal with all that bullshit through the comic, but after time it dwells into all kinds of strange directions. I know, that whole demon possession thing. Yeah, I have no idea.
Pedophilia. There's a part where one of the characters, again, forming the hypothesis that, BrainDeath can't go a whole podcast without bringing up child fuck. Without bringing up child rape, so, I mean, goddamn.
But I'm pretty sure that assumption is 100% correct. Like, I think the only episode that may have a chance of getting finished without having pedophilia mentioned in it is the one when we discuss what sort of things we actually like about the fandom and why we haven't fucking left already.
Yeah,
and
that's about the only way it's gonna happen. So, I mean, it starts off, the very first comic, excuse me, are you open? No, and the whole punchline is, hey, this guy's being a dick to a customer. Isn't that funny? Oh my god, customers are such idiots. Isn't that just hilarious?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it goes on like that for several little quote-unquote arcs. It has a comic where, one of the characters shoots random customers in the head. Because that's funny, you know.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like, I'm sure if I went through all of these, I could find a couple that made me laugh or chuckle with them instead of at them.
Yeah.
But they're outnumbered by the ones that make me laugh at them.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
It's just your typical kind of overused. Uh, I'm a sophomore in high school. That type of humor.
yeah,
Th-
exactly.
this is
Which
the sort of
I actually think the dude who did this was at the time, like he was still in high school at the time.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
that may explain a lot of it. I do want to bring him up though. This is done by a guy named Immelman.
Named what?
Immelman.
Immelman.
Yeah, it's a flight maneuver, I think.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I think it is. I think it is for. It's not a barrel roll. I think it's called. Is it an Immelman? I don't know. Check.
Yeah, I don't know, but I came across Concession like within my first 2 years of furry, and oof. Like, I think I came across it when it was first starting up, and I kind of followed it for a little bit. And holy fuck, I ended up watching Immelman on, like, Fur Affinity. The shit that he posted on there was just, it's
Retarded on a biblical scale? Is that
yeah,
what you're looking for?
we'll go with that. He's very much, my opinions are so much better than yours. You know, how can you sit there and say that I suck?
I gotcha. Yeah, the sort of mentality that our friend that we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast seems to have.
Yeah. That. And like you know how, like, what kind of a tolerance for stupidity I actually have when I want to. I can put up with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, I can too. I mean, I've had people come into my streams that were, for all intents and purposes, just being douchebags, and I just put up with it because I don't know. I had sympathy.
You just
for
didn't
them.
want to. You didn't want to deal with the hassle of kicking in the fuck out.
Yeah, basically.
Ignoring it was a better option than kicking them out.
Yeah.
Which, dude, I totally get that. You know,
But there comes a point.
I actually had to unwatch this guy because of some of the shit he was spewing out. And that has happened a grand total of 4 times in the 10 years that I've been on furry. So, telling you what,
You know, I don't think I've ever unwatched someone on FA because of all the drama they cause or something like that.
well, no, it's not even the drama that they cause. I'll watch people because of the drama that they cause. I want to see that shit. I find it hilarious, and it makes me feel better about myself.
That's kind of sad.
I love how you admit that.
However, it's the... God. Yeah, I had to stop watching Immelman because just the contentious bullshit that he was spouting. Just, I was going to end up starting just a hellacious fight with the guy. And at the time, that was not something I was interested in. So I took the bigger man's way out and unwatched him.
Now, I gotta ask, do you have any examples of, or do you remember any specific shit he used to do that was just like, oh my god, this person...
I mean, aside from, you know, the times that I saw where he would post something and people would be like, well, you could have done this better, he would either delete the comment or just absolutely just blast them. I mean, aside from that, though, not really.
All right.
Like I said, this was like 2008. when all this went down. So I mean,
That being an old fag.
yeah. Again, with this one, Josh, what are some of your concerns with the art, if any at all?
Oh,
Which,
all right.
looking at this, there should be some.
I will tell you all about my concerns with the art. The art style is similar to an artist that I still kind of keep up with on DA. He goes by the username of Wandering Wolves, and he's not on FA as far as I know. I've never seen him do mature stuff. I've seen him do pin-up-y stuff, but never adult stuff, so maybe that's why he stays away from FA, which is probably an intelligent move.
Probably.
Now, the thing is, it looks sort of like his style, except the way it looked when I first watched him back in like '07. And now, if you look at his stuff, it shows dramatic improvement. And I don't know, but if this comic is anything like the others, I'm trying to figure out how to get to the last page of it.
Wow, that got creepy as shit.
What are they fucking... Oh, boy. Surprise.
Fucking gay sex. God, it always ends in gay sex.
It always ends in gay sex. They're... Yeah, that got creepy really fucking fast.
Like, especially if you, like, read it in order. Yeah. Interesting.
You know what? Just as an example, now I know viewers won't be able to see this. Maybe we could post a link to his user page on DA in the comments. But I'm going to link you to the artist that I started watching ages ago, and some of his more recent stuff. And you can just keep in mind the fact that when I first watched this guy, his art looked basically the same as the art in this concession. Yeah, when it first started, which was about the same time, around 2008, 2007. 2008, that horrible fucking year.
Oh,
Here you go.
childhood drama.
My thing with the art, it looks to me like he's trying to combine like Western style cartoon stuff and anime, and really kind of weird. Like the way he draws the eyes and
Well,
the face structures.
He started off doing like anime. Kid lives in Singapore. So he started with a bunch of anime and stuff like that, and over.
Well, no, I'm talking about concession itself.
Oh.
But yeah, I see what you're saying with this guy too.
Yeah, there's some anime like elements in this guy's art, but overall, like it's got more realistic proportions and shading and stuff like that, like more westernized stuff. But yeah, if you're as far as this concessions thing, yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying, man.
The way he structures the faces and everything, it is very anime centric. It's like he can't bring himself to go full anime. It's weird.
It really is, and that last page, I'm just looking at it like.
Oh, the one with the tsundere black fox thing. Fucking the goddamn cat.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Like, that's what his work looks like as of most recently. But
yeah, that
I'm trying to think. The second or the third picture, where he's just laying, looking at him.
Well, my thing is, if I'm not mistaken, the cat was underage. No. I remember what it was. They found a child in the theater, and the mother apparently was gone, or they all died, or some shit. I think I actually think like
died.
they're in. I was about to say. I think the entire family actually all died, didn't they, Sivel?
I don't know, maybe in the cinema, judging by the verse pages, they seem to
Yeah,
Like,
but
to kill people.
yeah, but like one of the, I think the long-haired fucking dragon thing took the kid home until they could find the parents and ended up fucking him.
What?
And
No,
yeah,
I think it was a white rat or mouse or something like that, and he did
yeah,
that
something
later
like that.
on
Yeah,
because
but
he was possessed.
He took the kid home and he had sex with him, and then that was the basis for several jokes. You know, like people would zing him with like, you know, at least, you know, I may have fucked a corpse, but at least it wasn't underage.
Dear God.
Sound.
No. How about no?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna get off concession.
Yeah, I was
I'm
literally
done.
reaching up to close that tab as you said that.
Yeah, I'm done with it. You know what? Holy fuck! I just realized I'm a horrible podcast host. I did not have anyone in mind for the artist spotlight this episode.
Oh shit!
Me neither. Josh, you got any ideas?
I feel... Yeah, you fucking bailboat. Thank you, Millie. So we'll just go ahead and close out the podcast. We'll link to someone in the description. Until next time, please stay safe in the terrifying world of furry. Thank you.